Congratulations. You played yourself.
Welcome to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing. Make sure to punch that like and subscribe button. Seriously, hit it like it owes you money. Want to go the extra mile? Drop a super chat or donate to the Cash App because who doesn't love supporting quality content? Catch me live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. and Sunday at 5 p.m. See you there.
Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's video, we will be discussing Keyshawn Davis and his fight getting canceled. But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button and make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the video. So I was roaming around. Well, actually, I wasn't roaming around. I was on my live last night when the news got announced that the Keyshawn Edwin De Los Santos fight was canceled. And y'all be sure to join me live Sunday, 5 to 7 p.m. But everybody was like, "Oh, I hope that he take the fight. They're gonna pay him the extra money, and he gonna take the fight." And that's what a lot of people were thinking. I don't even think cancellation was really crossing a lot of people's minds. Keyshawn Davis weighed in at 139 pounds. He damn near weighed in at 140. That's a whole nother weight class. And looking at him, it was obvious, or it appeared obvious, and a lot of people said it. Bob Arum said he seen him. He didn't look like he tried to make weight. Tim Bradley was like, "Come on, I'm a fighter, dude. I could look at you and tell you didn't even try to make weight." It's one thing to try to make weight and not make the weight, and it's another thing to try to not make the weight. And it was a lot of people in my live like, "Oh, I feel bad for Keyshawn. This was his moment. It was a hometown fight." And there was a lot of people like saying they feel bad for him as if he's some type of victim. And I just want to give my 2 cents about the situation because on Friday, and y'all go back and check my last live where I reviewed the video of how Keyshawn Davis was acting on Friday, and then your fight get canceled the next day. Because on Friday, he did the interview. I did my live. People was like, "Oh yeah, Keyshawn, he talking his noise. He doing this. He wooty woo. He punking Abdullah Mason on the stage." And Friday, when I was watching the interviews and how he was acting on stage, I just was like, "Why is he acting like that?" I couldn't understand. It's like, why are you acting like that? Like, you in the interview, it's almost like it's giving like I'm showing off in front of my homeboys energy. You know what I'm saying? You know how dudes be doing that? Like they be cool one on one, but then they get in front of their friends and they start, "Hey, like acting like something they not. And it's like, why are you acting like that? And so I'm not sure if. Well, I'm gonna get to that later. So fast forward to the next day, he comes in 139 pounds. I'm looking at him at the press conference like Keyshawn don't look like he cutting no weight. He comes in 139 pounds and he says, "Man, I tried all night and all morning to make weight. I just couldn't make the weight." You tried all night and all morning to make the weight? How come you didn't try all camp to make the weight? Why wasn't you trying all camp to make the weight? And you're in the camp with seasoned veterans. You got Bo Mac around you. You buddy with Shakur. That's your best buddy in the whole wide world. You got Bo Mac with you. They know when you're on track to make weight or not. You got seasoned vets all around you. So you didn't make the weight. And I get it. It's boxing. People don't make weight. People do it for advantages and people do all of these things. I get it, right? And you gotta look at boxing as a whole, but then you also have to kind of look at each incident and see the facts surrounding the circumstances and then be able to come to a conclusion. And the facts that surrounding this circumstance is that Keyshawn Davis was building himself up. He was building a name for himself. He got a and we about to be honest in this conversation, y'all. This is no hate. This is just my 2 cents. He got that easy belt from Barinchik, right? He fought Barinchik. Barinchik didn't even put up a fight. He got the belt. And I made a video back then where I was like, is Keyshawn a hype job? But I didn't put that video out because the time passed and it was too late and I didn't put the video out. I wish I would have put the video out because the things I said in that video, everything was confirmed when he missed weight. I gotta start putting these videos out when I need to put them out. But anyway, I digress. You're a champion, right? And then some people like, oh, if you don't defend your belt, you ain't a champion. Okay, boom. This would have been his first title defense. And you already kind of heard him throwing little nuggets out there about, I don't want to pay for this. I got to pay for that. I got to pay for this belt. I got to do this. And I ain't trying to unify. I ain't trying to pay for all them belts. He kept throwing that out there. Friday wasn't the first time that he said anything about not wanting those belts because he don't want to pay for them. He's been saying that. And each time he says it, I'm like, so nobody going to give Keyshawn no backlash? Nobody hear him saying how he want the money. He ain't worried about the belts. That's cool. Okay, cool. So we move forward. I digress. You heard him saying he don't want to pay for these belts. So it's not like people just saying, oh, we think he missed weight on purpose and we hating on him. No, it's the things that he said and he's done that's drawing me personally, just to give my 2 cents to the conclusion that he missed weight on purpose. This was Keyshawn's moment. This was his time to shine. You get the belt from Barinchik. This your first title defense. Whether you're going to 140 or not, defend your title. It was against De Los Santos, quote unquote big name fighter. I guess people think De Los Santos. I don't know why De Los Santos is the status that he's at, but for some reason, it is what it is with De Los Santos. That's another video. So you continuously said you picked De Los Santos to fight. You cherry picked De Los Santos off the couch, blood clots, long layoff, injury to fight. Everybody's aware of all the things that De Los Santos has to overcome in order to beat you in this fight, but nobody really tripping. We like, whatever, it's cool. We're gonna let you slide with that. They gonna let you slide with that. Because they see what you're trying to do. Okay, you're trying to be De Los Santos, you're trying to build your name up, woo, woo, woo. Everybody's like, okay, cool. I'm like, I don't know. I think De Los Santos got a lot to overcome to be able to beat Keyshawn. I think Keyshawn gonna beat him in this fight. Everybody thinking Keyshawn finna beat him in this fight, except for Keyshawn. Because as the champion, Keyshawn Davis decided to bust weight because he's moving up to 140. He doesn't care about the belt. He tired of paying the sanctioning fees. And he wants some type of advantage because maybe he feels like De Los Santos is a threat. Maybe he wants that extra weight because he feels like De Los Santos, he wants to be able to absorb more of De Los Santos' power. That's what I'm thinking. And it's like, you blew it. You blew it, Keyshawn. Not only did you blow your moment, you also showed your character and the type of person you are as far as in this boxing space. You doing all that talking, all that yapping. You on stage woofing back and forth at Abdullah Mason. Hey, Bob, make the fight. Pop, he ain't ready. Bob, make the fight. Make the now let's make it right now. Let's make it right now in front of all these people. Let's make the fight right now. Then you got content creators. Oh, Keyshawn punked Abdullah. He standing on business. He punked Abdullah. Abdullah looking at him like, dude. And now it's more understandable why Abdullah was looking at him like that. Abdullah looking at him like, what is you talking about? Like, man, if you want to make the fight, we can make the fight. But Abdullah already know you said you finna vacate the belt and move up. We already talked. And Keyshawn in the interview, yeah, because I pulled Abdullah to the side, like, come on, we can talk. And he said that ain't you about to vacate the belt? So I can just wait till you move up. Yeah, he ain't tell y'all that. And you own so Abdullah's already told you his plan. You already know what Abdullah plan to do. You already know what you plan to do, which is go up to 140 and not make way for this fight. But you decided to sit on stage and try to bully this man. You tried to bully this man and go back and forth with him, knowing he already told you his plans and you already know your plans. That is not cool. And anybody that's condoning that, that's cool. I mean, you entitled to your own opinion, your 2 cents, but that's not cool, y'all. I don't condone that. I don't think that's cool at all. I don't think that's cool at all. You missing weight, trying to come in with an advantage. You know you would like all this underhanded slide, and I get it. It's boxing. I know it goes on in boxing, but it's a certain way you gotta move and go about things. And he didn't do that. He just tried to be grimy with it. And everybody was like, oh, that's what the A-Sons do. It's what the A-Sons. See, and it's like always these false equivalences that people try to make. If you the A side, do whatever you need to do and put it in your contract and do it the right way. Don't try to handpick somebody off the couch and feel like you could do whatever you want to do with them because you know they're going to want to or need a payday. And that's a mistake that you made. And maybe Keyshawn made, I don't want to say he made a good decision, but maybe he made a better decision maybe he made a better decision. I don't know. Maybe for him business wise, he made a better decision by deciding not to pay the extra money or whatever it is. But I'm hearing that they did try to pay De Los Santos extra money. He just decided his safety was more important. Like, what's the difference in between Keyshawn coming in 4 pounds overweight, trying to get an advantage, and Ryan Garcia doing the same thing, and everybody out in the uproar talking about how he was cheating and he bust weight on purpose and this and this and that. When the difference is Ryan Garcia had a history of not coming in on weight and not fighting at 140. Everybody already knew Ryan Garcia was doing that, which is why Tank put the rehydration clause on him, because he knew that Ryan liked to play weight games. He already knew that. So that shouldn't have really even been a surprise to the Haneys. But for Keyshawn Davis, who struggled a little bit to make weight last fight, for him to just completely be like, F it, I'm going up to 140. He basically was like, F it, I'm going up to 140. I don't care. I'm about to come in here, bust weight, go shine on De Los Santos. And he don't even realize it was a lose-lose situation regardless. Even if De Los Santos would have took the fight and you would have went in there and beat up De Los Santos, everybody would have still been looking at you sideways. Like, why do you need an advantage to get in there with De Los Santos? Why do you think that your status is so high that a fighter would not be willing to walk away from the pay? I know Mayweather came in fights overweight, but he paid whoever he was fighting, or he came into that fight. I forgot what fight it was. He came into that fight overweight, but he paid whoever he was fighting them extra ducats so they can get in the ring. It costs to be the boss. And I think the trouble is a lot of these fighters are able to garner a certain level of attention, even though they haven't earned it with their skill or what it is that they're doing. And so they start thinking that they more than what they really are. Yeah, Keyshawn, you a champion, but you got your fight from a fighter that didn't even put up a fight in the ring. It's not like you had to overcome any adversity, like it was a good fight, like none of that. The dude didn't even put up a fight in the ring. He pretty much just walked in the ring and handed you his belt. And when it was time for you to defend your belt, you decided to do and pull some grimy stuff. Like I told y'all, these dudes is Terrence Crawford 2.0, 3.0. They taking it to a whole different level. Terrence Crawford was quiet. He wasn't all boisterous and in the media. He wasn't all boisterous and in the media. So whatever Terrence Crawford was doing, the little strategizing he was doing, you really had to be paying attention in order to see it. But Keyshawn, you're not even strategizing. You just flat out, I don't want to say cheat, but you just flat out trying to get advantages over your challenger as the champion, a guy you handpicked off the couch. I mean, it's wild to me. And it's just unfortunate that Keyshawn Davis missed his moment. And these guys are at your hometown fight. And it just leads me to believe that these guys are saying that they want to be champions and They want to be stars and they want to be household names, but their actions continuously show me that that's not really what their goals are. That's not really what they want. They're being a star is not really what they want because they are not doing the things to be prepared and ready when the moment come for you to be a star. People think you become a star overnight. They think you become a star overnight. The reason why they think you become a star overnight is because it seems like it happens in a moment. Like, boom, people see you and you a star. Oh, he was on this and he became a star. But they don't realize is how much work you've been putting in, the 10,000 hours, how much time it takes, the gym, the weights, the running, the eating, the diet, the film, all of this stuff you've been putting into it day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And then when that moment comes, you ready. Boom. Now you a star. Now you're a star. Now, I'm not saying that Keyshawn can't be a star. I'm not saying that he's ruined or he can't come back from this. He obviously can. But what I'm saying is, we don't know how many more moments that Keyshawn is going to get to prove that he's a star. Because now at this point, I don't think that his goal is to be a star. His goal is to maneuver and strategize to get to whatever it is that he's trying to get to, but he's not trying to be a star. He's not trying to keep up his fan base and not disappoint his fans. He's not trying to do none of that. And I don't and if they are trying to be stars, I hope that they understand, and especially Keyshawn, he's going about it the wrong way. Earl Spence didn't even fight tune-ups because he said, I don't want no tune-up. I don't want to give my fans that caliber of a fight. I don't want to be going into a fight where my fans and everybody know I'm already supposed to win. I don't want to do that. I'm that ain't my pedigree. Earl said that ain't my pedigree. Now, it's pros and cons to that mentality, and you don't have to not take tune-ups. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that have enough pride and have enough integrity and care about the fans, not about every single thing, but just as in yourself and how you present yourself to your fan base. Like, you have to care about that. I'm not saying twist and turn to everything they say, but just have a standard that you set that your fans can follow and hold you up to. What is that standard for you, Keyshawn? That you just gonna strategize and dip and do this and do that and play these type of games to get what it is that you want? Because already that's what it's looking like. I've already been calling this out. And I'm like, okay, he gonna build up. Maybe he's trying to build himself up and do this and do that. But I got my eyes on you. Cause I know the games that y'all be playing over there. I've already peeped it. And now they just taking it on steroids and taking it to the next level. But I don't want to make this video too long. Let me know what you think about Keyshawn Davis getting the fight canceled after doing all that woofing, all that talking, going back and forth with Abdullah Mason. By dropping your 2 cents below in the comments, be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App or drop. Let me know what you think by dropping your 2 cents below in the comments. Be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. Help support the channel by hitting the Cash App at 2 cents box and the drop of the super thanks below. Let me know what y'all think about this, guys. I mean, I just think it's wild that Keyshawn really got this fight canceled. He really let a lot of the fans down. We've been talking about this fight. You've been running around podcast after podcast talking about this fight, and you knew in the back of your mind what you already had to plan to do. But be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. Follow me on IG at 2 cents boxing and follow me on X at 2 cents 20. I'm Jay, and stay tuned for my 2 cents in the next video.